the effects of this strike that Iran carried out. I mean, there was a question about how much damage was done, and there's still quite a few unknowns. But it's clear that they actually did hit the Mossad building in Tel Aviv. I remember seeing the video of that. It was clear that they struck a building right there and did a great deal of damage. And it was a Nevatim airbase in the Negev desert. It was, finally we have the satellite images, and you can see 32 strikes. Now, initially it was said, well, it looks like they just got they got one did some severe damage to a hangar, where actually F-35s are kept. And then I think a couple other facilities were hit, but it looks like the rest of them were scattershot. And then we got more precise images, and we saw that actually a number of bunkers were hit very precisely. Bunkers where fighter aircraft, including F-35s, are kept. Now it's assumed, I've seen a lot of people say, well, clearly, they since they had warning, at least a couple hours, we were getting news that the strike was imminent. Just a couple hours before it happened, they got the F-35s out of there and up in the air, because that's what you do. Like it's when your air bases are threatened, you don't leave the aircraft on the ground where they're vulnerable. But this was pointed out by Eve Smith at Naked Capitalism. Actually, I think she was quoting another American military source. The F-35s have such a terrible maintenance record that fewer than 50% of them are operational at any time. So it's maybe a strike's coming, but you can't get more than half of your F-35s are going to be on the ground, no matter what. And an illustration of this fact was the recent hurricane, that struck the Carolinas here. There's an American air base there, and a third of the F-35s were damaged by the hurricane. Why? Because they couldn't get most of their F-35s out of the way. They had a couple of days warning, and they couldn't. So I know on the day of the strike, Iran claimed that they had destroyed 20 F-35s. Israel said that none were damaged. And I tended to believe Israel in this case, because I was thinking, well, obviously got them up in the air. But, maybe the Iranians are right. Maybe it wasn't 20, but I think it's highly likely that in light of the recent satellite photos and the fact of F-35 maintenance problems, that at least some of them were destroyed or severely damaged.
We know how big Israel's Air Force is. Like, how big of a blow would it be if they lost 10 to 20 F-35s?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it's a very large Air Force for a country of its size. But if they lost 20, that would obviously be a major blow. I think that's where most of them were stationed. I don't know what the total number is. I'll look that up afterwards. You can find out.
Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Yeah, I also heard that too, that they would be taken up in the air. But I did hear that, maybe there might be some maintenance, but to hear that maybe 50% of them potentially can
I had heard that actually months ago. That's just they're very costly to begin with. Each one of those planes cost $100 million to make, and then they're very expensive to maintain, and both in terms of time and money. They're so, yeah, they're great when you're carpet bombing defenseless people, but they're not so great when you're against a peer or near peer adversary.